Four. And we are live. Good day, good afternoon, good morning, depending on when you are, where you are in the world, and when you're watching this video. Hopefully, you are joining us live. My name is Clara Lyons-DeVaughn, and I am the broker owner of Lyonsview Realty. We provide residential, commercial for small businesses and nonprofits, and property management services. We also have a educational arm, Lyonsview Academy, which just launched, and we do pre-licensing, real estate pre-licensing and continuing education, credit counseling, and distressed homeowner solutions. And we also provide lifestyle, health, wealth, and wellness education. So Lyonsview is really, really busy. And we launched Financial Fridays to really help you stay current on those trends that impact your bottom line. Our goal is to provide you with resources, information, and tips that assist you in making the best financial decisions. And our commitment is really to maximize your wealth building power now and in the future. So I'm glad that you tuned in today. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Feel free to like and share this recording. Our guests are really here as a resource for you. So if you have any questions, just drop them in the comments section and we will definitely try to get to them. And I'm really excited about, good morning, Cheryl. Thanks for joining us. I'm really excited about our guest today, Miss Donna OBrien, who is from USDA, and she's going to tell us a little bit more about herself. But some of you know, and some of you may not know, but USDA has a lot of home ownership opportunities for low to moderate income Americans through loans, grants, and loan guarantee programs. They also have funding available for individuals to finance improvements necessary to make their homes decent, safe, and sanitary. They have multifamily housing programs, rural rental housing loans, and they provide affordable multifamily rental housing as well. So for elderly persons and persons with disabilities, I believe. So there's rental assistance also available to eligible families as well. But today we're going to focus on the zero down 100% financing option, which is really great because I think USDA is one of the last mortgagers that provides 100% financing, resulting in really low or no out-of-pocket costs. So welcome, 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 Miss Donna OBrien from USDA. Welcome to our platform and tell us a little bit about yourself.
Thank you. Good morning, everybody. I'm Donna OBrien. I am the Housing Programs Director for USDA Rural Development in New Jersey. I oversee the Single Family Housing Program, which is home ownership, the guaranteed housing, and the 504 repair rehab loans. I also oversee the multifamily housing program. As Clara mentioned, we do have affordable housing apartment complexes for seniors and for families throughout New Jersey. And all of our programs are throughout the United States. So thank you. I appreciate having the opportunity to talk about our programs today. First, I wanted to start off with our 502 Direct Home Ownership Program. Okay. It is basically home ownership for very low and low income individuals. Depending on the area that you're in, depends on what the income limits are. Back last year in August, we actually did something called income banding. So if you are a household between 1 and 4, we utilize that same exact income instead of going per household. So if you're in a particular area and just say the maximum is $50,000, it doesn't matter whether you have 1 person or 4 people in the household, it's the same income. We do go by eligible areas. So depending on where you're at, nationally, we actually have a website that you can go on. You can type in the address and then see if that is in an eligible area. We do streamline our 502 Direct. If their credit score is 640 and above, we streamline that application.
And streamline basically that USDA finances the loan.
Yes, so we will finance the loan. We will finance 100% of the loan up to the appraised value. There's no down payment. Our loans are 33 years, or, depending on, where the applicant is, we can go up to 38 years. Right now, the interest rate is 2.75. And actually, depending on the income, we can subsidize that mortgage down to 1%, so that it's affordable for these very low and low income individuals nationwide.
Wow. So an individual basically has to go to the website. They can find out if they meet the income eligibility requirements. And if they do, their down payment is covered and 100% financing is covered for that individual, for the loan if they qualify. And if the
Yes.
property qualifies.
Yes,
Okay.
exactly. And in New Jersey, what we do is we do a pre-qualification. So they can contact us and we'll run a soft credit and we'll make sure that there's no liens, no judgments. And then basically from there, we will give them a partially completed application. We'll have them complete it. Once it's complete, New Jersey is underwriting right now within 30 days. So within 30 days, they'll know if they're eligible. And what we do is we issue a certificate of eligibility so that they can then go out and find, a home that they are interested in, the county they're interested in.
Janae is asking, oops, I'm getting feedback. Janae is asking if we can put the website in the chat. It's USDA.gov, correct, Donna?
Yes, actually, you can go on to RD. It's rd.usda.gov.
rd.usda.gov.
Right. So, and that's a nationally one. If you want to go into New Jersey itself, just put after gov, just put /New Jersey. So there's an income eligibility determination on there, and there's actually the eligible area determination. And if you go onto New Jersey's website, we actually have some more information on there that they can just click on. We have the eligible areas, we have the income, for New Jersey.
Awesome. And as Donna was saying, this is a national program. So if you're watching from other states other than New Jersey, there are the same product, or the products that Donna's going to be explaining are also available in those states.
Right. So we also have a guaranteed program, and the guaranteed program is for more moderate income individuals. So if their income is a little bit higher, depending on the area, they can go through an approved lender, and then USDA will guarantee the loan up to 90%. So that program actually has been streamlined and centralized to make it more efficient for, individuals across the nation. It's a wonderful program. You could still go on any of our websites to obtain, the information. But if you're not in the very low to low income and you're a little bit higher, you might be eligible. And again, we do 100% financing in that program as well.
Mm-hmm. Can you talk a little bit about what would be a typical moderate? Because sometimes people hear low income and they think, oh, I make too much money, but it's actually pretty good. Like, what would you say could be a range, or a top, not a top max, because it really depends on the area, but kind of a range?
So for instance, in Atlantic County, New Jersey, you can actually make up to about $107,000 a 1 to 4 person household. And our income limits on the guaranteed are very generous. So yes, it does depend on that. But for those individuals that can't go, commercial financing and don't have the 20% down, our guaranteed program is a wonderful program. So you would have to actually look into it, but the income limits are very generous in that program, depending on the area that you go into.
There's a question in the chat. New York is included as well for USDA. Is that a mark?
So New York is it, again, you'd have to go onto the eligibility area and then type in the address. in the New York City area, I don't think that would qualify. So for in like New Jersey, up in like Bergen County, Passaic County, that is not eligible for our program. That's more urban, and our program is for more rural areas.
Indeed. Okay. And in the I guess the definition of rural, sometimes it's based on the population in a particular city. So there are some cuts, so to speak, within, we wouldn't call them urban areas, but in city areas that also might qualify. So it's best to go onto the website. You can put the address of the property specifically into the website, and it'll tell you yes or no if the program is eligible there for that address.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, thanks. So you were telling us about the guaranteed and the direct program and the differences between the two programs. And you were saying about the streamlining for the guaranteed program?
So the streamlining, they do have a streamline for the guaranteed program, but in the 502 direct program for very low to low income, if you have a 640 or above, we just streamline your application. So we won't go down, into looking at any credit or anything like that. You can't have any liens and judgments, but if it's a 640 and above, we streamline that and we'll move forward, depending on your income and your ratios, and we can issue a certificate of eligibility if you're eligible. And the good thing about that is during this time, we understand that it's uncertain times. So our first certificate of eligibility is 45 days. After that, if you didn't find a home, we'll give you another 30 days. After that, we'll give you another 30 days. And then depending on that, we might be able to give you an additional 45 days. So if you aren't able to go out and you look for a house, we still give you time to do that. So we've been very generous during the pandemic. And actually, we're still getting a lot of applications in, a lot of pre-qualifications in. We're getting homeowners who we've issued certificate eligibilities, and they're now finding homes. We'll get a home inspection, we'll do an appraisal, and we've actually been closing them during this pandemic. Either, USDA across the nation is teleworking, and actually it has not stopped any of our service to any of our customers in any of our programs.
That's awesome. So on the, I'm getting this feedback. I don't know what that is. So on the eligibility, one of the things, we had our policy conference yesterday for the National Association of Real Estate Brokers. And one of the things that came up that I didn't know is that USDA's requirement in terms of how student loan debt is counted is only 0.5% versus 1%. And a lot of the other lenders are using 1% of the student loan debt towards, I guess, the debt to income ratios. Student loan debt is a really big issue because in the past, it wasn't counted. If you were in deferment, they didn't count the debt in your numbers for qualifying for a mortgage. And now that's changed. It is counted. So can you talk a little bit about how USDA deals with student loan debt in their process?
So yes, you're correct. We do use 0.05%. The other thing we take a look at is if they're in deferral right now, we will take a look at how long that deferral is when we do the income calculations out for your mortgage. So it really depends on the individual and where they are at with their student loan. And I believe nationwide, they're considering actually deferring a lot of those student loans now. So it may not be a factor actually when we do the income calculations. So it would be based on where they're at. And we do ask for their deferral agreements just so that we can review it. And then some actually that we've been underwriting right now, we haven't had to include it in their repayment for the loan.
That's awesome.
It really depends, I think, on how long the deferral is and then where they're at in their student loan. So it would be on an individual basis. And yes, we do consider it a little bit less than, commercial lenders do.
So I saw you were writing. I saw you were writing in your notes, and I had interrupted you with some questions, so I wanted you to get back to the other information you wanted to share.
So the other program I just wanted to talk a little bit about was the 504 repair rehab loan that you had mentioned in the beginning of the podcast. So we actually, New Jersey's on a pilot program with 22 other states. And this program is for seniors 62 years of age or older that might be eligible up to a $10,000 grant for repair rehab work on their home. Now, the regulation right now is $7,500. However, with this pilot program we've been on for a year, we can extend that to $10,000. We've seen an increase in our state in awarding $10,000 grants for those individuals that are 62 years of age or older. The other one is that we actually have up to a $40,000 1% loan. And with that could just be a very low income individual who needs some repairs to their home. So potentially we could do a $40,000 loan and a $10,000 grant. So the loans are up to 20 years, again, at 1% interest rate. The pilot program has been extended for another year, and we're hoping that this is very successful so that we can actually get this into the federal regulations moving forward for every state in the nation. But we have seen an increase. So, we've done, roofs, we've done, heating and cooling system, plumbing, handicapped accessibility. So a lot of individuals want to stay in their homes, and nationwide, we have plenty of money. Right now, New Jersey has funded over 18 grants over, $10,000 to help individual homeowners with their repair. So it's a wonderful program if individuals want to stay in their home, they're in an eligible area, and then they qualify by their income.
Awesome. So what is the criteria for the seniors to apply for the rehab loan?
So they have to be 62 years of age or older. They have to own their own home. They have to be in an eligible area, and then they have to qualify based on their income. So again, if you take a look at our income limits that we have published, they do have the grant on there. So the grant program goes by per person. So it's not income banded. So if there's just one individual in a house, maybe in Atlantic County, it might be, they have to make under $20,000. So they would complete the application. We have assisted, many seniors. We've actually been doing pre-construction meetings virtually. The contractors are actually still doing the work in these homes. So it's been very successful, even through this pandemic.
So a lot of seniors are on a set income. They're receiving their Social Security. So is that the income that you're looking at, or are these working seniors?
No, we can do grants for seniors who are on Social Security. So okay. It's very similar to the 502 in that you have to be in an eligible area. You have to qualify by the income, but the grants are only eligible for those that are 62 years of age or older. But it's been very successful with the expanding it to $10,000. So we're able to do more work for those seniors. They may need a roof, but then maybe they also need a handicap ramp. So they would complete a simple application. They would get us some estimates, and we would review that. And that process time frame, we're still within that 30-day regulatory time frame in approving these, and we're still doing the work out there.
Awesome. And then on the 502, which is the direct grant for, is it new homeowners, or can people who've owned a property before also do the USDA grant?
So we do have, you can refinance. It's very strict in the refinancing guidelines. We've had several questions. My suggestion is if somebody is out there who wants to refinance, they contact us first so that we can go over those requirements before they actually complete an application.
Okay. So if I'm not a senior, but I am wanting to do the USDA loan program, the 100% financing, do I have to be a first-time home buyer, or can I be, selling one house, purchasing another one, or can I have an investment property in another state, but I'm purchasing a home to live in New Jersey? How does that work?
So you can have an investment property. However, if you're selling one home, usually what happens is your 502 direct home ownership loan would be contingent upon that home selling. So the other thing that we have to take a look at is how much assets they have. If they have liquid assets over $15,000, then we will require that money to be put down. But it depends on what that asset really is. So it would be based on an individual basis. And I highly encourage anybody who has that situation to call us, and my underwriting staff can go through that with them just to make sure that they pre-qualify before they submit a complete application.
Gotcha. But if they're a first-time home buyer, then the only requirements are the credit score, the property being in an eligible area, and they meet the income guidelines.
Yes, correct.
Okay, great. Mhm. And there were two, the direct, which USDA, you all finance and process that yourselves, and then the guarantee, they would have to use an outside lender. So is there a list of lenders for the guarantee program, or is in that streamlined process, is that still going through the USDA office?
So there is, so yes, the 502 direct program is done directly. It's direct funding. My staff underwrites all the loans. We'll obligate, we'll close the loan. The guaranteed, yes, there is an approved lender list nationwide. If anybody is interested in that, I can send that to you and you can forward that to them. The national office does all the qualifications for an approved lender. All they have to do is select one of those lenders. The lender will assist them with completing the application. The lender will actually submit the application through it's called our GUS system. Everything is electronic in our guaranteed program, and actually has been for years. So there's no paper, it's all electronic. Depending on the location, now that we're centralized nationwide, we have staff that just does underwriting. We have staff that just does the closings. We have staff that oversees, the lenders. So that program being streamlined and centralized that way has actually increased our volume across the nation.
Awesome. Awesome. And has the pandemic impacted the program in any specific way, positive or negative?
So, in the guaranteed program, the statistical data that I got, we're actually a little bit ahead of last year's figures in approving the loan. So no, I think across the nation, both our 502 program and our guaranteed, has not affected us. Now, some individuals might not be able to get some information, if something is closed, maybe child support or, something like that. It may take a little bit longer, but we will hold that application for them. We're not going to withdraw it until they receive all the information, and then we'll move forward and process it. So USDA and all of our programs across the nation, we're doing everything virtually, and it's just business as usual. So we're still, we have plenty of money in those programs. The 502 direct, we have like almost $1 billion across the nation. So New Jersey's allocation is $6 million, but if we spend that allocation, we will go down to Washington, D.C. for more monies.
Wow, that's awesome. So it's a great opportunity for people who are eligible to definitely take advantage of that. One other question about the loan: can it be a one person, or does it have to be a two-person household?
No, it could be one. Absolutely. Yep.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Great. And there are, I it's amazing to me. There are different programs in the state, or that the federal government does, that just people are not aware of. And in addition to all the things that we spoke about earlier, USDA does housing preservation and revitalization loans and grants, housing preservation grants, multifamily housing direct loans, multifamily housing loan guarantees, multifamily housing rental assistance. So, in the time that we have left, if you could just talk a little bit about the rental assistance, because that's an area that I think people don't know about. And we're going to try to have the program director for USDA come back for another program to talk about all the other loans in a little bit more detail. But if you could, Donna, talk about rental assistance, because that's something that keeps coming up.
Right. So USDA Rural Development on the multifamily housing side does have a program called rental assistance. So we have affordable apartment complexes for seniors and families. Some of those apartment complexes have what's called rental assistance. So it's an extra subsidy layer for the tenants. So if you receive the rental assistance, you would pay 30% of your adjusted income. The rental assistance actually is only for the individual projects that we own, what we hold the mortgage on across the nation. There are no outside rental assistance vouchers per se, like HUD has a Section 8 voucher. Mm-hmm. So if there's an individual who wants to live in one of our affordable housing apartment complexes, they would apply. And then depending on, what their income is, if the project has rental assistance, they will assign it. So basically what happens is they get an extra subsidy layer. The federal government pays the apartment complex so that they can, operate and manage that apartment complex and keep it as affordable as possible within the community. So you did mention about, the multifamily housing. So right now, the only funding we have for acquisition, rehab, or new construction for multifamily housing complexes is our 538 multifamily housing guaranteed program. And it's very similar to the regular single family housing program. You would have to go through an approved lender. You would have to be in an eligible area. And then you can, build affordable apartment complexes for families or for seniors. So in New Jersey, we actually a few years ago did a brand new construction, and it's called the Newton Town Center, and it's for seniors. So we partnered with other funding sources within the state to build this apartment complex. So that is available nationwide. We have $240 million nationwide in that program. And again, you can do acquisition rehab, you can do new construction, but that is affordable for those individuals, who, just want to be tenants. Some people don't want to be homeowners, and that's okay. So it is a wonderful program. So we do have that funding available for that.
That's pretty awesome. This has been wonderful, wonderful information. USDA is a phenomenal resource. We just appreciate you've been collaborating with the Southern New Jersey chapter of the National Association of Real Estate Brokers for a while, and bringing information to our clients, to our real estate professionals. And I just want to thank you for that. We put the information rd.usda.gov/New Jersey in the chat. Hey, Steve. Steve says it's a great loan program if you qualify. That is so true. It's definitely a resource that I think more people, especially people who qualify, should take advantage of. But Donna, if you could give people your contact information if they want or need more information, how they would be in contact with you.
Yes, sure. So, as you can see on the screen, my number is 609-534-9485, or you can email me at donna.obrien, OBrien, at USDA.gov. And again, I have a staff that is fully dedicated to, nothing but, receiving applications, processing applications, and underwriting. So please feel free to reach out to me, and I will forward the information to my staff. And if you have any eligible applicants, we'd be more than happy to assist them. So it's a wonderful program nationwide. And for those that are eligible, like you said, it is a wonderful program. So, and sometimes, they want to have the dream, the American dream, which is home ownership.
Indeed. And that's what it's about. Home ownership is the basis for wealth in America. So as many people as possible that we can assist to achieve that dream, we definitely want to do that. So I want to thank Donna again. If you know anyone, or if you yourself, please, reach out. You'll be very surprised about the income guidelines. They're actually pretty good. And reach out to Donna, share this with other people, share this video with other people. And if you have any additional questions, you can type them in the comment section and we will respond back to you. So I just want to thank you again for watching today. For those of you who are watching us live, and for those of you who are watching the replay, feel free to like, share, and subscribe. Financial Fridays is here to provide you with the resources, information, and tips and trends that impact your bottom line. And we hope that you receive something of value today. I just want to take a moment to send love and light and prayers out to anyone who has lost a loved one during this time. If you have anyone in the hospital for various reasons and you can't see them or visit with them, if you are experiencing the impact of physical distancing, and much love to all of our essential employees, those people who are working, those people who are going back to work, who are providing needed services, especially our healthcare, our transportation, food, police, fire protection, and definitely our leadership. I just want to encourage everyone to take care of yourself, take care of your family, and to stay safe. My name is Clara Lyons-DeVaughn. You are watching Financial Fridays. You can join us every Friday at 9:30 Eastern Standard Time on Facebook and YouTube. Until then, keep living your best life. Thank you again, Donna. Appreciate you coming on today.
Thank you very much.